got an idea here. So you're a brand new college grad. You just graduated from dental school and you can go start a practice anywhere, right? The bank just approved you for a loan. You're already $500,000 in debt, right? From school or whatever, 200 to 500,000, depending on where you went to school. And now the bank just said, okay, we're going to give you whatever you need to go build your next practice or make an acquisition and go start a practice. What state would you go to? And then what kind of market inside of that state would you be looking at?
Yeah. So first of all, are there any areas that you have like an influence or a leg up in? Like, so if you're from, some town or that you grew up and you're born and raised in where people know you and you can immediately get your first few clients, your first several dozen clients that are going to give you really great word of mouth reviews, is that a possibility? Because if so, that could really help, right? Like that could really help speedball some of the growing pains that you normally go through. But the second thing to look at would just be, the competition ratios. So what is the dentist per population in a particular area? And so like as a general rule of thumb, we like to look for 1,000 patients, 1,000 people per dentist. But there are areas that have much less than that. There's areas that have 4,000 people per dentist. And so we don't really recommend like going to very like super urban areas, like trying to go, downtown Chicago or Miami or LA or any New York, you know what I mean? Like any of those places, it's generally better. And you can get more affordable rent, when you go like a little bit outside of the secondary or tertiary markets. And then the other thing to look at is what's your desired insurance mix, right? So are you going to be doing Medicaid? Are there certain insurance companies that you want to look at? And so, Texas is a really popular place for DSOs because their Medicaid reimbursement is so good. And that's drawing a lot of people to, start doing business there and they're having a lot of success. So looking at different state laws for Medicaid is a huge one, looking at their reimbursement rates. And then of course it's the physical site, right? And so if you've kind of gone through all those things and you're looking at a couple different areas that could be all over the place, look at what is physically available in terms to lease right now. And if you're going to be trying to compete with these people, then you want to make sure that you can stack the deck in your favor a little bit by having something with all the physical attributes that you're looking for, which is great drive-by street visibility, good synergistic users, like we mentioned, like a Chipotle nearby or next door or Chick-fil-A or Starbucks or whatever, any place like that. Yeah. And then how close can you get to a grocery store that's going to be driving the average family there 2.2 times a week?
Got it. Okay. So I'm going to pin you down. So you're a dentist. Which state do you pick? Would you stay local around your family, or would you go out and say, nope, I realize there's a lot of dentists in Florida and I'm going to go somewhere else?
Well, yeah. So, for me, I would probably take a holistic view at that. So there's obviously the money factor, but then there's also the personal, the lifestyle factor. And so I think Florida has enough opportunity that like I would choose to do one locally to start out with so that I could, be close to my family, right? Like my personal life, my family is important to me. So that's a factor too. And then B, I have enough people that I know that I could at least get the ball rolling. And then I believe that I'd be able to, if I was going to grow a DSO, that would be the strategy that I take, that I could then start adding more locations to that area. Because you just, like although we did talk about location bias, you still learn some things about the area that you're in. Now, if I wasn't going to do Florida, I think I might target either Texas or North Carolina. I think Texas has great reimbursement rates, but North Carolina has pretty good reimbursement rates, and they don't seem to be as saturated as Texas.